Love starting the day off with a coffee. This message right here, I don't think could be any closer to the truth. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to yet another video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a couple of video submissions from one of my good friends today, and we are going to diagnose some lawn problems that he has here in real time. I think it'll be really cool, a little raw. Love to do that every now and then where, you know, people, like good friends of mine, they'll send me pictures and videos of their lawn, and I like to give them a little bit of exposure whenever I can because, you know, I love to give fellow lawn kids who are in my age group doing good things for other people, helping their lawns look good. I always like to give them a little bit of exposure and give them a little bit of attention because I think positivity deserves a great amount of attention. So that's what I want to do here today. This submission that I'm going to show you today is actually from my good buddy Brandon, also known as Ross Lawn Care on YouTube and Instagram. Believe it or not, he actually came to my house about a month and a half ago with Christian Schmogel from CNI Services. Is that how I say it? Schmogel. Anyway, you get it. CNI Services. They came out and they tag teamed the installation of my landscape. So to my fellow brothers out there, Christian and Brandon, who came out here and did it. Oh, I can't forget Marco either. Marco, Christian's employee. Thank you guys for coming out and doing my landscaping. Really appreciate it. It's looking really great. And at the time that this video is going out, I'll actually have a video up on the Next DIY Lawn channel where I talk about how I go about fertilizing my plants going forward. So if you want to see that, should be up at this point. Leave it here in the eye in the top right corner as well as linked in the description below. Anyway, one thing I wanted to do for these guys in exchange for being so cool and just coming out here and taking the time to do it because it was out of their way. They are from like an hour away in Illinois. I wanted to provide these guys an avenue to help out with their lawns, right? If they needed help with their lawn or landscape, maybe they're having some problem weeds, problem diseases like a lot of us are dealing with. I figured I would just do like a live diagnostic here on camera, looking at videos, looking at photos, and then just point out the issues in real time and how to fix them. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. So without further ado, I got my phone right here. I'm going to pull up the photos and videos, and we're going to look at them together and see what we can do to correct these problems. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
So this is my yard. Excuse it for not being mowed. I literally haven't been home in a while. So I have a bunch of these little weeds growing in it. I have this fungus taken over. I don't even know what that is. You can see I have like a bunch of dead patches in it. More of these weeds and stuff. That's the drainage. I have
a lot of broadleaf weeds.
A bunch of these little things growing in here. I have, I don't know if those are natural or not. I honestly have no clue. Bunch of weeds over here. Just, it's a mess. My whole yard, really. And then as we get over here, here's where I'm having the problems. The dead marks from the tires and stuff like that. I also have a bunch of creeping Charlie over here. It's just a mess. Then over here is a real poor spot. These are just patches of grass that I don't know why it's patchy over here, but we also have a bunch of weeds and stuff over here. So if you want to give me recommendations on what to do, let me know.
All right, so real quick, Brandon, let's go ahead and start with the weeds here. So a lot of what I'm seeing, like you pointed out, I'm seeing a lot of broadleaf weeds such as clover, ground ivy, maybe some dandelions that are in their later stages, hence the reason we're not really seeing a whole lot of yellow flowers. What I would recommend for this is a standard 3-way weed control that you can get from Home Depot by Bayer Advanced or Ortho, anything that contains active ingredients, 2,4-D, dicamba, and Conclorac. This will control a majority of the broadleaf weeds, and the Conclorac, that'll be like a little added bonus to control any baby crabgrasses that you have in there, which I doubt at this point. Probably not going to control those, but if you have any small pieces of crabgrass in there, you're likely going to get something. But yeah, for the most part, looks like your main problem as far as weeds go is going to be broadleaf weeds, so I would highly recommend the use of that 3-way weed control. I actually did a video on this. If you want to see it, I will leave it up here in the top and down below, and I'll also send it to you, Brandon, if that's something you want to look into. And as a little added bonus, to help that weed control work a little bit better, I know surfactants are quite expensive for everybody. You don't always want to get them off a pro site. Totally understand that. If you wanted to spike in some dish soap to help that weed control stick a little bit better as well and help it work a little bit faster, that is a #1 recommendation of mine too. Do that as well, and I promise you, give it like 2 to 3 weeks and those weeds should be gone. So that will take care of the weeds. Now, real quick, I also want to touch on the brown tire marks, which is the title of this video, Tire Marks in My Lawn, Dead Tire Marks in My Lawn. He actually did send me a couple of pictures here. Brandon sent me a couple of pictures that he would like me to look at, so let me go ahead and open those up. So he started noticing, as we got into the summer here, my buddy Brandon here started noticing that in certain areas of the lawn where he would see these like tire marks, right? So like dead tire marks, tire trails, if you will, running throughout the lawn. So I asked him, Brandon, what's been done to the lawn? Did you accidentally spill anything on your tires? And he said no. And I was like, okay. So I dug a little bit deeper into this and found out that this is actually a common fungus, believe it or not, called leaf blight. Now, leaf blight originates from cool and rainy weather within the springtime, and it'll start to manifest once the temperatures go up and the amount of rain we're getting goes down. It'll start to manifest itself as like irregular brown patches in your lawn. Not like brown patch, but it'll be much smaller and a little more abrupt, whereas brown patch is a little bit smoother. It'll just show up irregularly throughout the lawn, and what'll happen is if you're mowing with, say, a 36-inch stand-on or maybe a riding mower, what'll happen is if you run over those with your big mower, your push mower, whatever, you're actually going to take those spores off those areas onto your tires, and they're going to end up on other areas of the lawn where the mower ran across. So that is what results in leaf blight. Now, not as serious as it looks. I know it looks pretty, detrimental, pretty harmful, but in reality, it's a disease of the leaves, so it's not that big of a deal. All you would just have to do here is just make sure that your cultural practices are in line, right? Make sure you're mowing properly. At this point, if it's hot and dry, maybe take that down to once every 2 weeks. Make sure your irrigation is in line. Make sure you're watering 3 to 4 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday is what I often recommend to my people, and make sure you're getting down a ½ inch of water each time that you irrigate. And then as far as the third part of the big three, fertilizing, you want to make sure your lawn has an adequate amount of nutrition. In the summertime, a good thing to do when it comes to fertilizer is to focus on micronutrients. Now, my go-to product for that is going to be the 002 microgreen product from Greene County Fertilizer. They have a little bit of potassium in there, which is a macronutrient that will help with plant stress. And on top of that, you also do get a load of micronutrients such as iron, manganese, zinc, sulfur, copper. All of those will just help fill in the micro gaps, if you will, to improve the macronutrients that you've been putting in it all throughout the spring and fall. And then with that, you'll just pretty much level things out, if you will, to help the lawn get through the summer heat and just keep it coasting through nice. So if you do that, you should be fine. For those of you guys who are watching this and you're thinking, well, Jake, I don't like the way it looks. What type of fungicide or program can I follow to get rid of this chemically? I'd have to be honest with you guys, I don't really know. I don't know what fungicide you could use. I've looked into it. I don't think propiconazole, which is my go-to, would work on this. But like I said, it's not really that harmful of a disease. So just make sure your big three practices, mowing, fertilizing, watering, are in line, and you should be okay. Brandon, that's what I would recommend for you. Spot spray those weeds with a 3-way weed control from Home Depot. Put some dish soap in there, about 1 ounce per gallon of mixed weed control. Mix according to label directions, of course. And then for the tire marks in your lawn, the leaf blight, just make sure that your cultural practices are in line. Start watering if you haven't. Make sure you're mowing once a week at most, every 2 weeks at least, especially if the lawn's dried out. And then fertilizing, highly recommend the use of the 002 microgreen product from Greene County Fertilizer. I will leave a link down in the description below for those of you guys who want to pick that up. For those of you guys who want to hop on that will be down there for you guys as well. There you go, guys. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought thought about it. This is a new format. I know I talked a little bit too much. If you want, I'll leave timestamps in the playhead. I'm starting to do that more often because I know more people want to come in, get the advice, and get out. Understand that, but you know, I'm not gonna condense the video down to 2 minutes just to take away all the added value that I'm giving you guys and the raw feeling, which I think is cool. So yeah, I apologize if you don't like that, but at the same time, I'm not sorry because it's my style. I like to talk a little bit. Yeah, I'll leave timestamps right here in the playhead as well as link below for those of you guys who want to check that out. And yeah, let me know what you thought about the format. It's new, it's different. I think it's cool. I like engaging with you guys, helping you with your lawns. It's a whole lot of fun for me to give back to you guys when I can. With that, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. If I don't see you guys next time, your lawn is going to be dominated. See you later. Shh.